Agents are lazy when it comes to research. Why? Because they're trained to complete tasks.
Now, with coding tasks, there's usually a pretty clear stopping point. Once the tests are in green or the software works, the task is complete.
But with research, it's not so simple, right? I could spend 10 minutes reading up on a subject or 10 years going down all these adjacent rabbit holes, and I'd come out with a very different understanding.
What most agents will do is they'll give you a confident answer with as little effort as possible. You can ask an agent to research a question, but you can't really control how much effort goes into that research.
That's where Webhound comes in. Webhound is a research engine where you can control that effort with budget as a dial.
And it's built to be used by your agent, so you never have to leave the context of your second brain.
One thing that we love to use Webhound for is to dig deeper into the stories that we read because so much information lives below the reported surface.
For example, CBP has recently been under scrutiny for the lack of transparency around the contract that's been giving out at the border wall. One name that keeps coming up is Laredo One.
If you Google Laredo One or pop it into ChatGPT, it'll tell you that it's a $440 million contract. This is what the CBP announced, and that announcement is still online, but it's no longer true.
We gave Webhound $5 to dig deeper into this project, and it found procurement records that show that the contract was canceled on the exact same day that CBP announced it. Then, a few weeks later, a new contract came up for the same name and location, and for $458 million, $18 million more than what has ever been reported.
Now, just because Google or ChatGPT got the answer wrong, that doesn't mean they're necessarily bad. They found an authoritative source with an official answer, and they stopped. But Webhound, on the other hand, kept going.
As intelligence becomes a commodity, one of the biggest edges that you can have is better information. Deeper research is more valuable than it's ever been.
If this kind of stuff interests you, we're going to be publishing more and more of our independent research. If you have any topics you think would be particularly interesting, please let us know. And feel free to try Webhound for free at webhound.ai.
Happy researching.